It's Thursday.
Hooga.
Men and women falling in love all over the world. You think it's emotional, right, Janet?
Well, yeah. Isn't it?
It may be chemical or scientific.
Really?
Dawn Masler, we call her the love biologist. Hi, Dawn. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So, I mean, explain just. We've had you on before, but for people that don't know, what do you study exactly?
I study the science of love.
Okay.
So I'm basically looking at how men and women respond to love in the way our brain works.
But it's emotional. I mean, that's love. Everyone says, well, that's a feeling. Love is emotional. How does that...
Or do we just love people because of the way they smell?
Well, that's part of it. It starts with our senses. So when we fall in love, that the attraction begins with the senses. But then it's part of our brain is emotional too. So it's all of that. But it's based on chemicals, the neurotransmitters that are functioning at the time to be able to fall in love.
Okay, and again, we're talking about today, how the science of how men and women fall in love. And I'm guessing it's different because we see love in different ways.
Well, so like you're saying if I go out to the club and my certain neuro things are working a certain way, I may be more attracted to somebody that night than I would be another night.
My certain neuro things. Yeah. Is there a technical term for that? The certain neuro things? I'm asking Dawn because we have no idea.
Well, there's actually several phases. The first one is attraction, and then once you're attracted, you start building the reward dopamine neurotransmitter. So dopamine is the one, when you play Candy Crush and you get all excited, that's dopamine.
Oh, what do you mean? So the thrill of seeing something or accomplishing something, that's dopamine that gives you that thrill?
The thrill of getting something, and the biggest reward in life is love.
Okay.
So yes, that's part of the reward.
So that's what gives you that feeling when you're in love. It's dopamine.
Well, that's the part that's getting you to fall in love. Falling in love is a whole other part where your brain goes into a phase of temporary insanity.
So you're saying I'm on dopamine? Mom, I lied. I'm so sorry.
Well, yeah, actually, dopamine helps you to sustain lifetime love. So it's important. And that's why it's important for people to do new things and keep having fun together to keep the dopamine alive.
Okay, so not only does that chemical help you fall in love, but if you have, for instance, develop a dopamine deficiency, it could ruin your relationship?
Yes, a lot of people get into stagnant relationships and it starts declining because they're not doing new things together.
And that's why they go cheat, because they start getting that need for dopamine, and they get it from somebody else because they're being courted by them.
I'm going to start putting dopamine in my wife's coffee then. My gosh.
Can we bottle that?
Wow, okay. Now, do men and women have the same amount of dopamine?
Well, dopamine's only part of the factor when it comes to falling in love.
Okay.
So the other part is women have oxytocin, which is the cuddle hormone. We're familiar with that. When a woman has a child, she produces a lot of oxytocin. When she goes on a date, she produces more. And when she has a sexual relationship, it skyrockets. The problem is oxytocin, men produce it too, but testosterone blocks it.
So that's why men don't like to cuddle.
Testosterone was evil.
Well, no. The reason why men don't like to cuddle is because when a woman, let's say, when a woman has sex, her oxytocin is high, so she's into the cuddling. However, because it's not the oxytocin, for men it's vasopressin. His vasopressin goes up when he becomes sexually aroused.
Well, this sounds dirty.
Oh, yeah, okay, I did say that kind of a...
No, we're 5-year-olds. We act like 5-year-olds.
J-Rod's enjoying every minute
I'm
of
just
this.
sitting back just going, keep saying dopamine, keep saying dopamine.
But the vasopressin goes up when he's aroused, but plummets after he has an orgasm. So when a woman's ready to cuddle after sex, he's ready to take a nap or go to sleep.
Like a big old bear.
Okay.
Exactly. And that's the reason why. But it also happens the same way when he falls in love. Those two chemicals, a woman increases, and eventually she'll reach a tipping point to fall in love, and so will a man, but his is vasopressin. So that he needs to get excited, but not necessarily
that excited.
Yeah, exactly. Not that excited.
Wow. Wow, which is that's why they say men use love for sex, women use sex for love. It's kind of that deal. We fall in love, and then when the sex happens, all those feelings go away. But for the women, it's just the opposite. The sex makes the heart go crazier, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
There is science behind your mother's little sayings, Janet.
My mother always knows.
Why can't
Mom
we?
always knows best.
Why can't men and women? I mean, obviously, it seems like the science of our bodies helps us find each other, fall in love with each other, hook up, and then I don't know. Someone went on break when it was time to make those things jive for us to get along afterwards.
But think about it.
What?
If we all released this cuddly thing, then we would just be like cuddling all the time. Like you
No
need
one would go to
somebody.
work.
And we want a
you
canoodle.
need somebody to get up and go to work, right?
That's true. And the way our brain falls in love, we have a time limit, and then our brain comes back to normal later. And that's right, because you have to do other things in your life. You just can't be staring at each other's eyes for the rest of your life. You need to get out and do work and get food and build shelter and all that fun stuff.
And hunt
Food.
Woman, get me food.
Club my wife.
Make fire. Okay. No.
Invent wheels.
Okay.
But here's an interesting part is when a man falls in love, though, his testosterone level does drop. That makes him more susceptible to oxytocin.
cuddling.
Yes.
Oh, really
See?
So you're already a woman, TJ, so you're even less of a man.
I have zero testosterone,
Yeah,
which
we
is
know
why
that.
I do like to cuddle, as long as the TV's on and I can watch TV while we're doing it. Okay, so, this is really technical, and we just wanted to talk to you to prove that it's not just emotional. There really is some science behind how we fall in love. Dawn Masler, always fun to have you on the show. We'll have you on again, but can we get some more info on this on your website?
Yes, at dawnmasler.com. And we've got videos that talks about this stuff and all kinds of great stuff.
Very
Yeah,
cool,
you do.
Dawn. Happy Valentine's Day, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you, too.